12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
We have new information on the breaking news that we reported to you at the end of GMSA yesterday involving a deputy and a teenager over on Culebra. We're going to have the latest. We now know on the teenager what he's being charged with.
It was very, very giving all the time to all of us.
A month later, Southwest Side family is working to stay strong after a house fire took one of their family members. We'll meet the nieces and how they're moving forward.
And taking a live look out of the Alamo City, we know so many people filled up the dome yesterday, but if you are out and about today, what can you expect when it comes to the heat? We're going to check in with Sarah Spivey in just a few moments. For now, good morning. It is 6 o'clock. It is Sunday, August 27th. Thank you so much for starting your morning with us. It is almost a little weird being back in the studio after about 6 hours at the dome yesterday.
I know, it's a little sad. Not that I don't love being here in the studio with you.
No, this is fantastic. But we can't throw the football around. You did a great job at quarterback. And of course, we have our star wide receiver and field goal kicker, Sarah Spivey, who proved to be better than a Cowboys kicker.
Yes.
And a professional tumbler, I might add.
Okay, Sarah.
Yeah, no one remembers that one.
Sarah, the picture that you sent me yesterday afternoon, I think you should show it later on in the news.
Well, I did post to my Instagram the highs of yesterday and the lows of yesterday as well.
We appreciate your ability to be humble.
Yeah.
After I made a field goal, I took a tumble. So, yeah.
Ended the
you know
show with
what?
a bang.
Hey, guys, let's talk a little bit about the weather because it's going to be hot today. 106 is what I'm forecasting for the high. But there is a window for rain this afternoon, too. So it's going to be one of those days where most of us will be hot, just plain and simple. But there will be a few isolated showers out there today. 81 degrees outside right now in San Antonio. Here's a look at your Sunday forecast. I mean, by noon, we're already going to be close to 100 degrees. Then 106 for the high temperature. And then it's in the afternoon between the hours of about 3 p.m. and 8 p.m. that will have a few isolated thunder showers out there. Coverage will only be 20 to 30%, so not great chance for rain, but the chance is there. And then I have to mention, today with the forecast, we will be seeing our 60th 100-degree day. That means that after today, it will be official. 2023 will go down as the year with the most 100-degree days on record. And we've got more triple digits in the forecast as well. So I'll have a look at that forecast and a look at that window for rain today and even better rain chances tomorrow coming up in just a bit. Sarah and Max.
Thank you, Sarah. We're going to give you an update on that breaking news we first told you about at the end of GMSA yesterday. We now know the details. A crash, a chase, and a stolen vehicle ended in a shooting. Now we know a 16-year-old is in the hospital, and that 16-year-old is also the main suspect. So this all transpired in an apartment complex on Culebra Road near Lone Star Parkway. Deputies say they got reports of a gun being found on a set of stairs and an unknown SUV at a complex. When they arrived, they questioned a group of teenagers. That's when one of the teenagers suddenly took off. They took the SUV, they hit a patrol vehicle, and then they started driving off again. Deputies chased the suspect, shot at the SUV, and hit the suspect, who happened to be a 16-year-old, in the foot. Now, that 16-year-old is facing charges of aggravated assault of an officer and evading arrest.
This morning, a family finding strength in one another. 1 month ago, a woman died in an overnight house fire on the city's southwest side. 82-year-old Alicia Guajardo died inside her home 1 month ago yesterday. Her house on Ross Avenue caught fire and she was stuck inside. A leader and lover, her sister and nieces say Alicia was the woman they looked up to.
She was our pride and joy. I mean, what can I say? She was very, very giving all the time to all of us.
Alicia's home is now demolished. Before that happened, her family grabbed any last photos and items they could find still intact, saying they'll hold on to her memories as they find ways to move forward.
In your morning headlines, a terrifying situation. A 16-year-old boy in Oklahoma dead, 3 more people injured after gunfire at a high school football game. So this all happened in a town just outside of Oklahoma City. Police there say shots were fired after 2 men got into an argument. That shooter still on the run. Investigators still working to figure out who exactly it is. Now, the ABC affiliate over there in Oklahoma, Coco, they are reporting that at least one of those other victims, also a student. Police haven't released any information about the victims or their conditions yet.
A Texas judge is issuing an order that blocks a new law forbidding gender-affirming care for minors. That law would have gone into effect September 1st. It would have banned most minors from getting treatment like puberty blockers and hormone therapy. That judge noting in her decision that the law likely violates the Texas Constitution, which includes the right for parents to make decisions concerning their children's health. It came the same day a Missouri judge allowed a similar law in that state to go into effect.
Is heating up around the Republican state senators who are set to serve as jurors, all in the impeachment of this man, suspended Attorney General Ken Paxton. Now, Paxton's allies, they are in contact with about a half dozen senators for lobbying purposes. You've probably seen them. Television ads have been popping up around the state, mail even being sent to certain state senators. Still unclear where or who these letters are from. And a group, as well as former Governor Rick Perry, they are urging senators to stop the trial before it even starts. That trial, well, it is set to take place September 5th.
Dallas police stumbled upon a caged tiger while investigating a suspected dog and rooster fighting ring. They found the big cat in Oak Cliff neighborhood, that's in the southwest side of Dallas. So Dallas animal cruelty agents immediately took that tiger to a nearby zoo for a medical eval. Meanwhile, more than 200 roosters were found on the property, as well as some dogs. This comes nearly a year after police found a tiger cub in the same neighborhood during a different investigation.
And in San Antonio, 9 puppies found in a crate at a park on the east side. San Antonio Animal Care Services notified by residents in the area. They discovered the crate full of puppies, all the pups just 2 months old. Now, they were taken to the shelter, chowed down on some food. ACS tells us they're doing well. However, they're still in need of a permanent place to call home. If you're interested in fostering or adopting, you're asked to call ACS. We have all the information on the puppies, the story, and the link to how to get involved. Just head to KSAT.com.
Well, the second day of the annual KSAT Pigskin Classic was a huge hit at the Alamo Dome.
It was amazing. It was electric. Actually, when we got there and we saw the bright lights, it was so cool to see. It was
Max
calm,
was definitely
quiet.
fired up.
Oh, it felt like Friday Night Lights.
Yeah.
It felt like real life. All right, so yesterday we saw 6 teams, 3 great games, and 1 amazing day. We saw them. Fans showed up and showed out, and that included us. We were very excited to be there.
We were fans as well.
All right, Lee Waldman gives us an inside look, all the sights and sounds from the last day of the 2nd annual KSAT Pigskin Classic.
We need you louder than that!
What does being here mean to you and the rest of the band?
Honestly, it's just like a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Like, it's super exciting. We have all of our people out here. It's just like, we feel the love, we feel the energy. It's amazing.
Can y'all teach me a basic cheer?
The words are maroon and white. Hey, beat the Mustangs.
Maroon and white. Hey, beat the Mustangs. Maroon and white. Hey, beat the Mustangs. Let's go.
For a full recap of all the fun of the KSAT Pigskin Classic, head on over to our website, KSAT.com. At the Alamo Dome, Lee Waldman, KSAT 12 News.
Love that she's like a little out of breath because it was so much to do there at all times.
It's like it was just like a kid on the field. You're just like running around.
It was cool to see,
Yeah.
especially up close. All right, time now, 6:09, 79 degrees.
Okay, Sarah Spivey is forecasting 106 this afternoon, but she says there is a small possibility for rain in the afternoon. She'll let us know about that when we come back. The drought all Texans are living through right now is drying up water statewide and revealing this shipwreck at the bottom of the Neches River near Beaumont. This World War I era shipwreckage was found last week by a jet skier. The Texas Historical Commission says they've known about the location since surveys in the early 2000s. This ship was part of the U.S. Shipping Board Emergency Fleet Corporation. Thank you. I'm having a hard time this morning, Sarah. And it's one of the 40 from that fleet that's been buried in East Texas rivers.
That is crazy. I mean, we talk about the drought all the time, but when you actually see ship remains from World War I, that is incredible.
Do you remember how last summer when Lake Mead near Las Vegas was drying up, they found bodies in
all
barrels?
the bodies.
Oh my goodness. The drought is bad. Across Texas, we're starting to see exceptional drought work its way back in from the hill country into San Antonio. And today is going to be a hot day, guys. In spite of a small chance for rain, we're not going to see any relief from the drought conditions. 106 in San Antonio is the forecast high. 103 in Del Rio, 105 in Canyon Lake, 102 in Kerrville, 102 in Bernie, 101 in Helotes. It's going to be 105 in Converse area, 103 in Utopia, 105 in Seguin, 106 in Floresville, and 104 in Pleasanton. All right, I want to show you the ERCOT supply and demand for later today. Again, particularly between the hours of 6 p.m. to 8, that's when the supply and the demand are going to be very close to each other. Yesterday was another day where we had to conserve energy, particularly during that time, just because we're at the time of year where we lose a bit of solar energy, we lose a bit of wind energy, and Texas is going to be experiencing heat in spite of the fact that a weak cool front is moving through the state. In some areas we'll see rain. So again, between the hours of 6 p.m. and 8 p.m., that's when we'll be watching the grid carefully. For now, supply is expected to exceed demand, which is good, but just barely, which is bad. All right, and so just a reminder, today is a CPS Energy Conservation Day, a yellow day between 3 to 9 p.m. We're going to want to do our part to conserve as much energy as possible. Turn up those thermostats by a couple of degrees. Make sure to refrain from charging electric vehicles until the evening hours, but it is going to be a hot day, and we're quickly going to warm up, even more so than we usually do. By 10, we're already going to be near 90 degrees. By noon, already close to 100 at lunch hour. And then in the afternoon, temperatures are going to climb to 106. Now you'll notice there's a 30% chance for an isolated storm or two between 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. Odds are you will not see rain today, but there will be a few folks who see some rain today because that heat high has moved off to the west. It's opened up the atmosphere for a weak cool front to be moving through the state of Texas. And you can see that on the futurecast as that weak cool front approaches. By noon, it's still going to be mostly sunny and hot, again, close to 100, but we'll start to see a few pop-up showers in the hill country. And again, coverage is going to be few and far between, right? Most people will miss out on the rain today, but that potential is there, about 20 to 30% coverage from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. tonight. Perhaps even a stray shower closer to midnight for some folks, but generally quiet today, hot. A few of those pop-up showers, 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. Tomorrow we have slightly better rain chances as that cool front washes over us. You can see that tomorrow morning up in the hill country there could be a complex of storms that could make its way towards San Antonio between the hours of noon to 4 p.m. So today the window is 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. Tomorrow it's about noon till about the rush hour. We'll keep you posted. Again, some of these storms could quickly produce gusts of wind. That's very normal for the summertime. When we look at the chance for rain again, it's about 30% today, slightly better odds tomorrow, and then our rain chances really dwindle down for the week. Hey, coming up in the next half hour, we're going to talk a little bit about the tropics. Tropical Depression 10 has formed near Cancun. It's expected to impact Florida as a hurricane. We'll have more information about that coming up in a bit. For now, here's a look at your forecast. Today, again, will be the day where we reach the most 100-degree days in a year on record in San Antonio, and we've got more down the pike. You can see that temperatures are going to be close to 100 just about every single day of this week, in spite of the fact that we have a chance for rain tomorrow as well.
So I want to go back to the point that you'd made the last couple of weekends, that the average last day of 100-degree days was August 23rd?
Yeah, around that time.
Yeah.
We're on the 27th
That was
now.
4 days ago. I like how you had to look that up, even though we said it 3 times today. That was 4 days ago. So we're moving in the wrong direction.
Our
here.
latest 100-degree day ever, September 28th.
Okay.
So we're rounding the corner on summer, but this will be the hottest summer we've ever seen in San Antonio on record. Yeah.
The sprint before the end. I've said that 3 weeks.
Thank you, Sarah.
Turned into a marathon.
Time now, 6:17, 80 degrees.
I just am happy to do it for them and to know that some dog is going to be comfortable.
We want all dogs to be comfortable. A 93-year-old woman here in San Antonio spends her days making dog beds for local animal shelters. We'll meet her after the break.
Yeah, let's take a look at those lotto numbers. Pick 3, 5, 6, 3. Fireball 3, did you play?
No.
Okay. Daily
Need
4,
to.
7, 2, 5, 5. Fireball 6.
Cash 5, 1, 12, 15, 19, 25. Texas Lotto 17, 19, 20, 40, 41, 45. And those Powerball numbers 20, 22, 26, 28, 63. Powerball 5, Power Play 3. Good luck.
Good morning and welcome back. All right, a 93-year-old woman right here in San Antonio. She is on a special mission, bringing comfort, bringing warmth to our four-legged friends in shelters across the Alamo City.
Amelia Wattis shows us you're never too old to make a difference in our community.
93-year-old Joan Potter's room has transformed into a makeshift workshop. Colorful fabric swatches and sewing tools on nearly every surface. Every day you can find Potter's carefully crafting dog beds from fabric scraps left over from the San Antonio Quilting Guild.
I just am happy to do it for them and to know that some dog is going to be comfortable.
The dog beds go from her room to animal shelters around San Antonio, like the San Antonio Humane Society and the Paul Jolly Center for Pet Adoptions.
It makes me feel so good to know that they're not going to be laying on cement or a hard floor or in the winter.
A lifelong dog owner and in her 90s now, her flair shows in every stitch.
I get tired. But I'll just keep doing it until I can't do it anymore.
Potter's pays attention to detail, making sure there's no loose threads that can get stuck on a dog's paws.
I cut up rags for days until I have enough to stuff with.
Potter's is not the only one extending a helping hand to the dogs. Missionaries from the Church of Jesus Christ sometimes help her with the sewing, delivering around 30 to 40 beds to dog shelters each month. It's a group effort to make sure these pups receive some extra care.
You know, their bones ache too. You know, they have feeling. They can't talk to us in our language, but look at their eyes and the expression on their face. They all have expressions. And I just love them.
If you're looking to make donations for dogs in need, we have a list of those items on our website, KSAT.com. Things like dog food, grooming tools, even newspaper. They can be brought here to the Humane Society on Fredericksburg Road. Camelia Juarez, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Kamalia. All right, time now, 6:24, 79 degrees.
Several movie theaters around San Antonio are celebrating National Cinema Day. We'll tell you what deals you can get today. If you're trying to beat the heat, you can check out a movie today for only $4.
Ooh, look at that.
Deal in honor of National Cinema Day.
There are some good movies I haven't seen yet.
Okay, yeah.
One of those,
Barbie.
Oppenheimer. No. Have you seen Barbie though, right?
I saw Barbie.
Did you cry?
No.
Okay, well I know some
think
people
I would
have.
cry?
Well, you seem like a crier to me.
Oh, I do.
If you want to see Oppenheimer
He says
IMAX
facetiously.
or Blue Beetle, who actually I've heard is fantastic in 3D for only $4, you can right here in San Antonio.
18 different movie theaters across San Antonio are offering this deal. You can find a location near you. Just head to our website, KSAT.com.
All right, time now, just about 6:28, 79 degrees.
We'll be right back.
Good morning, welcome back. Happy Sunday. It is August 27th. Thank you so much for starting your morning with us.
Good morning.
Yesterday was so exciting.
So much fun.
Electric, so much fun, and the games were great too.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, when we were throwing the football around, the Somerset and Southside teams, they really put us to shame.
Well, they came out for a warm-up, and I looked at Max, I was like, these high school kids are big.
They are, but
and they
we're
were
also fairly
throwing.
small.
We're small people, and they were throwing it so far.
They were like 70 yards. We did hold our own though, Sarah Spivey. We had a couple of great catches and throws.
Sure. That's all I'm going to talk about is how I caught the ball and I threw the ball. Nothing else to talk about, really.
Field goal though.
Field goal, yep. Other than that, nothing. Okay, so outside right now, though, it is 81 degrees in San Antonio. It's already warm. Good morning in New Braunfels. It's 78, 76 in Seguin. Bernie, you're at 75 this morning, and it's 73 in Kerrville. Not too bad in Kerrville. Now, notice winds are from the south at about 5 miles per hour, and humidity is high this morning. But humidity is going to come down throughout the day, and it will get very hot. It'll get hot very quickly. There you go. It'll be at 98 degrees at noon and 106 for the high temperature today. It'll be our 60th 100-degree day, and there is a small 30% chance for an isolated shower or storm. So when you look at rain chances today, really between the hours of 4 p.m. and 8 p.m., that's when a few isolated pop-up downpours will be out there. Odds are you're not going to see rain, okay? Chance is only 30%, but the chance is there for a few pop-up showers in the afternoon. Now, one thing I want to talk about is, again, today, it'll be 106. That'll be the 60th day where the temperature has reached 100 degrees or greater. That is the most 100-degree days in a year on record for us in San Antonio, and records date back to 1880. Some more notable years here: 2009, 2022, just last year, and 2011 is when we cracked into 55 plus 100-degree days. And we've got more on the way too. Now, even though there's only 30% chance for rain today, slightly better rain chances tomorrow. And then we'll take a check of the tropics. Looks like the Florida area is going to have to deal with a hurricane by the middle of the week. Details ahead. Max, Sarah.
Sarah, thank you. New this morning, San Antonio police are investigating a shooting at a West Side motel that happened around 3 hours ago. So a sergeant on scene told us a man picked up 2 people from a Quick Trip, went to a motel for a party, but once they parked, the 2 people he picked up tried to carjack him. The man was shot several times, and the suspects ended up running away, leaving the vehicle behind. The victim went to a nearby motel room and got help. He was taken to University Hospital and is expected to be okay. Police searched for the suspects, but at last check, no arrests have been made.
San Antonio police tell us a man who was shot near downtown has died from his injuries. So this is what we know about the situation. This all transpired Friday night at Garcia Park. Police say a 31-year-old man was shot and killed. Wasn't found until this weekend. He was found at a different location. He was found on Haven for Hope Way. He was taken to a nearby hospital. That's where he died from his injuries. We are still waiting to learn who this person is. And at last check, police still investigating, trying to figure out who exactly is responsible.
And now to San Marcos, where police say a 22-year-old man is behind bars after he shot an off-duty police officer. It happened at Encino Point Apartments on Post Road. That's just 2 miles southwest of Texas State University. Police say the off-duty Kyle police officer approached Joseph Cifuentes after hearing gunshots outside the building. Police say that's when Cifuentes shot the officer. The officer was taken to the hospital and is expected to recover. Cifuentes is now facing several charges, including attempted capital murder of a peace officer.
Well, attorneys for Wall Street journalist Evan Gershkovich filing an appeal against a decision to extend his pre-trial detention in Russia. Remember, this is the Wall Street Journal journalist who's been stuck in Russia for a while now. His pre-trial detention was extended until at least November 30th. He's detained in Russia, accused of spying on the country. Gershkovich and the Wall Street Journal deny the allegations. Now, the State Department says the Biden administration's efforts to secure his release, they say it's a top priority after the hearing of the extension.
Well, the NASA SpaceX Crew 7 mission is set to dock at 8 a.m. this morning at the International Space Station. For the next 6 months, 4 astronauts from 4 different countries are conducting experiments at the ISS to prepare for future missions to the moon, Mars, and beyond. The crew took off from the Kennedy Space Station yesterday morning.
Well, KSAT getting our own insight into what is happening on the ground in Maui. Earlier this week, we told you about a local restaurant manager who actually used to live in the area.
That's right. Courtney Friedman was connected to a friend of that manager who is still in Maui and leading local recovery efforts.
He says you can still help, and it's not just by donating.
You can only compare it to a war-ravaged, war-torn city.
Respected Maui businessman and philanthropist Garrett Marrero has lived part-time in Maui for at least 20 years. He was there during the fires.
We saw this glow over the mountain.
He owns Maui Brewing Company and several restaurants and says everyone in his business and friend circles survived.
They said 136 homes lost, all teammates accounted for. However, there are some we know that did lose family members.
His businesses were spared, so he immediately cleared them out for those in need.
Literally personally handing cases of steaks and burgers and chicken, and so that they could barbecue because there was no electricity at
the group's efforts turned into a full-blown supply chain operation with a daily convoy to West Maui.
We were the National Guard for the first 3 days. I also, at the same time, was coordinating with people to get FAA to allow us to land into Kapalua because Kapalua is a restricted airport for commercial only. We received that clearance later that day. We were loading planes and flying supplies immediately.
Through social media, he's been dismantling misinformation, including rumors that supplies aren't getting through.
By Friday, Saturday, we were starting to get the way we have too much stuff. Can you slow down the supplies? Because they needed to organize an inventory.
He says the best way to help now is donate money to the vetted local organizations on the ground. He says the biggest piece of misinformation is about tourism, that Maui's closed.
Maui is open. South Maui, Central Maui, all the displaced residents, they want to be working. They want to be able to support their families. And we are highly dependent on tourism.
Late last week, South Maui resorts and condos reported they're running only 12 to 20% occupancy. Marrero says people across the island are already being laid off.
If we don't promote responsible tourism here, we will be creating our own economic disaster unparalleled in the history of Hawaii, including pandemic.
He calls it voluntourism.
Don't go to West Maui and take selfies in front of someone's burned house. Come to stay in South Maui or Central Maui. Consider serving the population in some fashion through a charitable effort.
Help offer hope to a loving community that's always welcomed visitors to their warm Maui family. Courtney Friedman, KSAT 12 News.
Marrero will be in San Antonio in a few weeks setting up some fundraisers for Maui alongside the founder of the local Freetail Brewery. For a list of vetted local organizations on Maui that you can donate to, you can find this story on KSAT.com.
Speaking of people in need, the San Antonio Food Bank helps more than 100,000 families each and every week across our community. And as we see inflation, energy bills and gas prices continue to soar, well, so does our need. That is why today at 8 a.m., Eric Cooper, President and CEO of the San Antonio Food Bank, set to join us live on Leading SA. We're going to be discussing the current need in and around San Antonio, what donations were raised during the second annual KSAT Pigskin Classic, and how to help out during Hunger Action Month. If you have any questions you'd like to submit, you can do so right now. Just head to the Leading SA section of KSAT.com, then join us at 8 a.m. for our full conversation. Time now just about 6:40, 79 degrees.
Still ahead on GMSA, we had a blast at the KSAT Pigskin Classic yesterday, but we have those game highlights coming up.
And while it was an exciting night for high school football, also great to see Cowboys back in action. We're going to take a look what happened and some of the NFL games coming up tonight.
All right, 79 degrees right now at 6:40.
Oh, you can see the sun peeking out a little bit.
The sun started to peek out there, but it's going to be, according to Sarah Spivey, maybe up to 106 today. But some areas have the smallest chance to see a shower. She'll have a forecast when we come back.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm meteorologist Sarah Spivey. Today will be 60 days where we have seen the temperature reach 100 or greater this year. That means 2023 will go down as the year with the most 100-degree days on record for us so far here in San Antonio. Take a look at some of the more other notable years. 2009, we saw 59 100-degree days. Last year, we saw 58 100-degree days. And by the way, things are looking like this summer is going to be our hottest summer ever on record in San Antonio, our hottest August ever on record in San Antonio. And it's impressive considering the fact that last summer was hot as well. Now, I get a lot of questions. Well, if we have a hot summer, does this mean we're going to have a cold winter? There's no correlation between those two, so we can't say for certain. But I can say that that heat high has moved off to the west, and that is opened up the atmosphere for a weak cool front to be moving through Texas. I say weak here as the key word because it's really only going to drop temperatures in San Antonio by some 5 degrees or so. So tomorrow will be closer to 100 than to 105. So maybe we'll call it a not as hot front. Take a look at the futurecast as that front moves through the parts of the hill country. We're going to start to see a couple of isolated showers this afternoon. We're talking only 20 to 30% coverage, okay, between the hours of about 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. That's when we have a chance for some rain. It's still going to be a hot day. Again, highs are still going to be at 106, but it's at 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. that we'll see a few of those isolated showers popping up on the radar. Now, as we look toward tomorrow, slightly better rain chances, okay? We'll be looking at about 40% coverage from a complex of storms that could be moving into the San Antonio area from noon till about 5 p.m. So the afternoon commute, make sure to check the radar before you head out. We have one of those on our KSAT Weather Authority app, and we'll send notifications right to your phone as well. So again, between about noon and 5 p.m. tomorrow, a 40% chance for some showers and storms. So a little bit more scattered in nature. Again, unfortunately, not everybody's going to see rain, and this by no means is going to help us out majorly as far as the drought is concerned. So 30% chance today, 40% chance tomorrow for those scattered showers and storms. Let's take you through your KSAT 12-hour forecast for the day today. It's currently 79 degrees outside. We're going to be at 89 by 10. So quick warm up, already near 90 degrees by 10. And around noon, we're already going to be close to 100. Again, it's after 4 p.m. that we see that 20 to 30% chance for an isolated thunder shower. We'll reach 106. But if you get a shower, your temperatures will drop by some 20 degrees or so very quickly before we see a quiet evening. Take a look at highs in your neighborhoods. 106 in San Antonio, 103 in Del Rio, 105 in Canyon Lake, and 106 in Gonzales. Let's talk about the tropics. Tropical Depression 10 has formed near the Yucatan Peninsula. Now, that is expected to strengthen in the Gulf of Mexico into a hurricane. It would become Hurricane Idalia, and by about Wednesday into Thursday, we'll see that impact areas anywhere from Panama City down to Tampa, Florida, before eventually becoming a tropical storm again by Thursday across parts of the Carolinas. Now back here in San Antonio, we're going to have a 30% chance today, 40% chance tomorrow, and in the week ahead, it'll be quiet and hot. Highs will be closer to 100 than to 105. So there's that not so hot front that moves through. It'll cool us down by about 5 degrees to 100. Still more triple digits in our future, though. We'll be back with more news after the break.
Good morning. Welcome back to the first high school football Saturday of the season. Simply unforgettable. First up, a scorching hot kickoff. Rutledge Stadium, Wagner, Liberty Hill. Look at this. First quarter, Davion Anderson bursted through a sea of white jerseys for the trip to the end zone. Wagner up 31-3. It threw 21-3 at the half on Liberty Hill as a favorites out of their district. The temperature during this ball game, not understated. Great efforts on both ends, but in the end, Wagner gets the big upset to win the Open. All right, here we go. Second ever 2023 KSAT Pigskin Classic in the books. O'Connor, Brandeis, they were the closer for yesterday's triple header, and of course, no shortage of highlights out of the highly anticipated nightcap game. Look at this. Close game, 2-point game until Broncos quarterback Lincoln Filial airing it out. Jalen Baker for 6. That's right here with the best highlight of the day. Oh, that was awesome. All right, so Ryder Dorn scrambling, stripped out of the ball, recovers it, still able to get the pass off. Luke Valdez, unreal catch for, boom, touchdown. Wouldn't matter though. Brandeis refused to let up. Broncos win 45-35. All right, a clash between Jefferson and Uvalde led us into that game. Jefferson set the tone early. Amonte Carter punching it in, opening the score. Second quarter, Carter rolling out left, connecting with the wide receiver, Michael Flores, looking at easy. That is 6. Boom. And not over yet. Jess Flores going to Quentin Gant. Look at this. Impressive grab by the senior receiver. He's going to go all the way. Uvalde down 11, but Jefferson sealing the deal despite a valiant comeback effort. Look at that. 25-14 is your final from that one. And, of course, our first game of the day is one we got to see warm up. All right, Southside, Somerset, first kickoff, triple header, bright and early. Look at that. Bragging rights on the table. Beautiful dive for the program. Look at that. Somerset's Jaden Foss, player of the game. That was one of his 3 touchdowns at the end of the first half. Southside tried to stay in it. Quarterback Caden Keith, look at that. Beautiful dime back at the end zone. But at the end of the day, it was a lopsided score. Does not reflect the battle that we saw, though. Somerset, well-deserved win, 49-21.
Football coverage brought to you by Davis Law Firm.
There we go. From high school to the pros. Dallas is an 8-year quarterback. Can't believe it's already been 8 years. Dak Prescott calling offensive plays last night for the Cowboys preseason finale, taking on the Raiders. The Raiders. So, just this week, Dallas made a trade for Trey Lance, former 49ers 3rd overall pick, who will likely be the number 3 quarterback on the Cowboys behind Cooper Rush and, of course, Dak Prescott. That puts Will Grier under the spotlight as the role was seemingly filled. Guess what? Well, he stepped up and showed out last night. Threw for 305 yards, ran for 54 yards, had a hand in 4 different touchdowns, and the Dallas Cowboys would win in the preseason 31-16.
It's become a passing league, but I would say, just in my history, if you can't stop the run, if you're like struggling to do that, it's impossible to do the other things well, So I think every time we put up sort of slides or musts or whatever we're trying to get done that week, it's always going to be something about stopping the run.
All right. You just heard from Houston defense coordinator Matt Burke. He's talking about the importance of run defense ahead of the Texans preseason finale. That is tonight in New Orleans. Well, his team really struggled to stop the run last week against the Dolphins, and with the exception of a standout rookie defensive end, Will Anderson Jr., we're going to see what Houston can do when they kick off with the Saints tonight, 7 o'clock. And of course, look at this. We got some Little League to talk about. Texas and California taking the stage for a bid to represent the United States in the Little League World Series title game. Texas enters the game as the lone undefeated team in the U.S. bracket. The squad out of Needville. Oh, look at that. That's California's Lewis Lapp. He homered and drove in 5 runs to lead the El Segundo group to a 6-1 win. Texas' only run came from their star, DJ Jablonski. All right, from small baseball to big baseball. Texas Rangers in another must-win game on 8-game losing streak. They lost sole possession of the top spot in the AL West during the skid, so they're trying to turn things around. They have a Game 3 of the 4-game series taking on the Minnesota Twins thanks to 4 runs in the top of the 9th inning. The losing streak finally coming to an end. The Rangers would win 6-2. And of course, can't talk baseball without talking to Astros. They picked up a big win against the Detroit Tigers. Alex Bregman, fan favorite, huge hand in the win. Bregman homered, hit 2 doubles, drove in 4 runs. Astros beat the Tigers pretty handily, 9-2.
Ooh, go Stros!
Okay, there we go. Gotta get your Stros hat. What about Cowboys? You want to give them a go Cowboys?
Go Cowboys.
There you go. 6:55, 79 degrees.
And a look at what's coming up on Good Morning America.
Good morning to you. So good to see you on this Sunday morning. Coming up here on GMA, breaking this morning, 3 Marines killed and 20 injured in an aircraft crash during a multi-nation training exercise over in Australia. The recovery efforts underway, what we're learning coming up. Plus, a community in mourning and demanding answers after a racially motivated shooting left 3 dead in Jacksonville, Florida. What authorities are saying right now as the city's sheriff joins us here this morning. And big movie screen savings today. Where to check out which theaters are offering $4 ticket deals for National Cinema Day. That is all ahead. More right here on GMA.
Good morning and welcome back. All right, the hunt is on this weekend in Scotland for the mythical Loch Ness Monster.
And the event organizer says the coordinated search is the biggest in 50 years, with hundreds of people showing up to find Nessie. The Loch Ness Center says researchers are trying to find the Loch Ness Monster using thermal imaging drones.
Oh, we're going high tech.
Yeah, infrared cameras and hydrophone to detect underwater sounds in the lake's murky waters. Between us 3, who do y'all think will find the Loch? Do you think Nessie exists?
I don't know.
I think Nessie may have existed a long time ago.
What I know is that there's a 30% chance for rain today between
Sarah's not
about
even
4
entertaining
p.m. and
you.
8 p.m. 106 degrees for the high today, 100 tomorrow. Slightly better rain chances tomorrow. Hope you can get rain today or tomorrow. You'll be lucky if you do. Otherwise, it's going to be near 100 every single day.
Hot take. Maybe Nessie was just an alien.
We'll see you at 8.
Right now on GMSA, police investigating a shooting at a Westside motel that happened earlier this morning. We'll tell you what happened moments before those shots were fired.
Plus, we have all the highlights from our second annual KSAT Pigskin Classic. All the local teams putting on amazing performances. We were there, and I got to tell you, it was electric, to say the least.
Meteorologist Sarah Spivey has a lot to talk about this morning, including some rain chances and a record being broken. And the tropics?
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning, happy Sunday. It is 8 o'clock this Sunday, August 27th. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning.
It's a little weird. We had it open like we're during the week. I was very confused what day it was.
Like we're big deal.
Are we growing up finally?
It's like the kids are growing up.
I've been doing what I can to avoid these wrinkles, but they are coming in fast and furious each and every day.
SPF 45.
Oh no, I go higher.
Oh, what?
I go I'm going like 70 now.
Wow.
I know, which it really hurts my 31-year perpetual attempt at getting tan.
Yeah, you're just giving up.
I'm pretty much giving up. But
I was born pale, I'll stay pale.
Speaking of which, Sarah Spivey, how's the sun going to be out today?
I'm going to say you mean speaking of which weather and not speaking of which pale. Okay, Max, coming in hot. All right, you know what? It's going to be hot today. All right, it's going to be near 105 this afternoon. Outside right now, we've got clear skies, 80 degrees, humidity's at 74%. And winds are from the west at about 6 miles per hour. All right, barely a cloud in the sky around San Antonio. As you look at the forecast for the day today, a quick warm up. I mean, by 10, we're already going to be near 90, near 100 by noon. In the afternoon, 106 for the high temperature. Now, you'll notice there is a chance for rain today. Isolated showers and storms will pop up between about 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. Again, we're still going to get hot, but if you happen to get one of those isolated showers, that'll be a quick cool down for you. South winds at about 5 to 15 miles per hour. Okay, so with today's high being hotter at or hotter than 100 degrees, that will make 60 100-degree days. That includes today's forecast. That means that after today, 2023 will go down in the record books as the year with the most 100-degree days on record for San Antonio, dethroning 2009. And it was just last year that we had 58 100-degree days. Honestly, impressive that we have had that many 100-degree days in a year back to back from last year to this year. Now, coming up in the forecast, I am going to take a check of the ERCOT grid, show you when the grid could be stressed today. We'll talk a little bit about energy conservation, and then we will talk about that chance for rain today and an even better chance of rain tomorrow. Details ahead. Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. New this morning, San Antonio police are investigating a shooting at a Westside motel that happened just after 3 this morning. A sergeant on scene told us a man picked up 2 people from a quick trip and went to a motel for a party. But once they parked, those 2 people he picked up tried to carjack him. The man was shot several times and the suspects ended up running away, leaving the vehicle behind. The victim went to a nearby motel room to get help. He was taken to University Hospital and police say he's expected to be okay. Police search for the suspects, but at last check, no arrests have been made.
Top stories this morning, a family finding strength in one another. 1 month ago, a woman died in that overnight house fire on the southwest side. Now, 82-year-old Alicia Guajardo, she died inside her home on Ross Avenue, not too far from South Star Zamora and West Malone. She was stuck inside. Her sister and nieces say Alicia was a leader and a lover and a woman they looked up to.
She was her pride and joy. I mean, what can I say? She was very, very giving all the time to all of us.
Alicia's home is now demolished. Before that happened, her family was able to grab any last photos and items that they could salvage. They say they're holding on to her memories as much as they can as they try to find ways to move forward.
16-year-old shot in the foot by a Bexar County deputy is facing charges of aggravated assault of an officer and evading arrest. So this comes after an incident at an apartment complex on Clayborough Road near Lone Star Parkway yesterday afternoon. Deputies got reports of a gun found on a set of stairs in an unknown SUV at the complex when they got there. They questioned a group of teenagers nearby. That's when one of them suddenly took the SUV, hit a patrol car, and took off. Deputies shot at the SUV, hitting the teen in the foot. Bexar County Sheriff Javier Salazar said the teen had a criminal history, which included narcotics, weapon charges, and outstanding warrants.
All right, the second annual KSAT Pigskin Classic in the books. O'Connor and Brandeis there for the closer last night of the triple-header. No shortage of highlights out of the highly anticipated game. A close one, a 2-point game until Broncos quarterback Lincoln Filial. Look at that, breaking one out. Jalen Baker for 6 right there. Highlight of the night. O'Connor, signal caller, Ryder Dorn scrambling, but gets stripped of the ball. He recovers it, still able to get a pass off to Luke Valdez with an unreal snag. Wait for it. Look at this. And boom, over wow. That's a Randy Moss move right there. Had a touchdown. Wouldn't matter, though. Brandeis refused to let up. Broncos would win 45-35. And here we go. Second game of the day, a clash between Jefferson and Uvalde led us into that game. Now, Jefferson set that tone early, and Monte Carter punching it up the middle for the score. Second quarter, Carter rolls left, connects with a wide open Michael Flores for 6. Coyotes, look at that. Not out of the gates just yet. Jeff Flores going deep. What an impressive catch by the senior receiver. He's going to keep it going, and he'll go all the way. Look at that. Uvalde down 11, but Jeff will seal the deal despite a valiant comeback effort by the Coyotes. 25-14 is your final, and here we go. This is the game we got to see up close and personal to start the day yesterday. Somerset Southside tripleheader, bragging rights on the line, and Somerset really just putting on a show. Jaden Foz, player of the game. That was one of his 3 touchdowns at the end of the first half. Now it's Southside trying to stay in it. Quarterback Caden Keith, absolute dime to the back of the end zone. Beautiful grab over the defender, 23-yard touchdown. Lopsided score doesn't reflect the battle that it was. Somerset, though, with a well-deserved 49-21 win. All right, a big party yesterday was given back on top of the football. Speaking of which, the San Antonio Food Bank, they help more than 100,000 families each and every week across our community. And we've seen inflation, energy bills, gas prices, all rise, and so does the need across our community.
Absolutely. So joining us in today's Leading SA segment is Eric Cooper, President and CEO of the San Antonio Food Bank. Eric, we love having you on GMSA Weekend.
Hey, thank you so much, Sarah and Max. Super excited to be here and share what's happening. But, I have to say thank you to everybody that came out to the Pigskin Classic. They donated food and funds, helping us stock our shelves. So to all those friends and families, thank you so much.
All right, so this is obviously the second annual KSAT Pigskin Classic. Last year was the first. How did donations look this year compared to last year?
They're trending like the football. Incredible. Families really want to support the San Antonio Food Bank, and they know all summer long we've been feeding kids. It's the busiest time of year, and we were able to do 21 million meals to kids this summer. Incredible. Again, wouldn't happen without a lot of people donating, corporations, churches, clubs, schools, everyone doing their part. But to have some fun over the weekend with the Pigskin Classic 2 to raise some food and funds. It's what back to school is all about, but we are going to be busy as we get back to school.
Speaking of back to school, so we've talked about the need during the summer. A lot of those kiddos without their lunches that they get from the school system. So what does that call for support look like as we do shift back to school?
Yeah, well, again, the schools will do an incredible job now. That weight and responsibility is off the San Antonio Food Bank to make sure kids are nourished for breakfast and lunch during the summer. Schools will be providing that. And so we'll shift our strategies to more after-school programs. The need in our community to feed families and seniors always exists. With the summer heat, we've seen a little bit of a spike in the number of seniors needing homebound deliveries, just struggling to get out. As Max mentioned, utility bills have been at an all-time high. And with inflation on food, families are just falling short. And so as we gear up for the holidays, that'll be an opportunity for lots of volunteers to come in and help us, whether packing bags, delivering food, working in our kitchens, farm. Lots of opportunities for folks to get involved as we get back to school.
And before we get to the holidays, September, Hunger Action Month. So for those who don't know, what does that mean? And are there any special events planned for our community?
Well, I tell you, to learn about Hunger Action Month, you need to go to our website at safoodbank.org/ham for Hunger Action Month, and also a great protein. Or if you're in New Braunfels, you want to go to mbfoodbank.org to learn 30 ways in 30 days. You know, every day during the month of September, there's something happening in educating, in advocating, in getting involved in the issue of hunger. It starts with a color, we say, and orange is the color for hunger awareness. And so we encourage everybody, if they'd like, to wear orange all month long. You can swing by your local Whataburger and you can make a donation, and they'll give you a buck slip for a free Whataburger. So many different ways that people will be fighting hunger as a part of Hunger Action Month. So again, learn more about it on our website, safoodbank.org/ham.
Okay, and before we go, so how can people watching, step up and help out?
Well, Sarah, as we've gone back to school, I think schedules get a little busier, and so we see a decrease in the number of volunteers. We could really use the help. So if you have time on the weekends, evenings, everyone's welcome, all ages, all abilities. You, again, start by going to the website, register to volunteer, pick a schedule that works for you. If you're part of a large group, maybe a civic organization, again, company, you can register, 20, 30, 40, 50 people. Max has been out when we've had lots of volunteers working in the warehouse. It's incredible to see people serving. That's our biggest need right now, along with financial contributions. I want to say thanks to San Antonio for helping us feed so many. The moms this summer, felt, hey, look, I feel like I'm failing. I can't keep up with my bills, everything that I'm doing. I got to go to work. But knowing that my kids were being fed was pretty special for them. And so they couldn't say thank you enough. And I want to thank San Antonio for helping us deliver that kind of love.
All right, Eric Cooper, thank you for doing all that you do and for joining us this morning. We really appreciate it. Like you said, anyone who wants to step up and help out in the coming months, we have all that information. Just head to KSAT.com. Eric Cooper, thank you so much.
Thanks, Max. Thanks, Sarah.
Thanks, Eric.
Time now, 8:12, 79 degrees.
Coming up next, we're taking a look back at Bob Barker's amazing career and the cause dear to his heart as we remember his life after he passed away yesterday. We'll be right back.
Good morning and welcome back. A beloved talk show icon being remembered. Bob Barker, best known for hosting The Price is Right, passed away yesterday morning.
He was 99 years old, and a publicist says that he passed away in his home in Los Angeles. ABC's Andrew Fujii looks back at his remarkable career.
Bob Barker was named the most popular game show host of all time. He was at it longer than anyone else, too. Barker began hosting The Price is Right in 1972. It didn't take long for the show's catchphrase to become part of the lexicon.
Come on down! Here is the first item up for bids, and The Price is Right.
If TV had a Santa Claus, he was it, giving away hundreds of millions of dollars in prizes. And to say the contestants were excited was an understatement. Barker was unflappable. He won 19 Emmys and was a fixture on TV long before The Price is Right. He hosted Truth or Consequences for 18 years.
Bob Barker, sing goodbye, hoping all your consequences are happy.
All right, happy.
And he had a sense of humor, playing against his nice guy image in the movie Happy Gilmore.
All right, let's go. I think you've had enough.
Barker's popularity gave him a platform to promote his passion.
Help control the pet population, have your pets spayed or neutered.
He was an ardent animal rights activist and worked at it full time after retiring in 2007. On his final show, there was no grand gesture, no super farewell showcase, only this simple, gracious goodbye.
I want to thank you very, very much for inviting me into your homes for the last 50 years.
Andrea Fujii, ABC News, New York.
All right, well, back here at home, taking a live look out of the Alamo City. The sun is up and the temps are up too. Already 80 degrees, Sarah Spivey.
Already 80 degrees, and I'm forecasting 106.
Oh,
Okay,
boy.
so we got a way to go.
Yeah, we've got a way to go, but I'm also forecasting some isolated rain this afternoon too, so a bit of a mixed bag with better rain chances tomorrow. First, though, I want to take you through your neighborhoods and tell you how hot it's going to be. 102 in Kerrville, 105 Canyon Lake, 102 in Uvalde, 103 Del Rio, 108 in Cotulla, 104 in Beeville. A little bit closer to San Antonio, Rio Medina, you'll be at 105 today, 102 in Bernie, 102 in Bulverde, 105 in Converse, 103 Poteet, 104 in Pleasanton, 106 in Floresville, and 105 in Bandera. All right, this is a graphic that we've been looking at very closely in the last couple of days. This is the ERCOT supply and demand graphic on their website. The supply is this purple line, and the forecast demand is the blue. You can see that between the hours of about 6 p.m. and 8 p.m., that's when it's going to be pretty close. The supply will be very close to the demand. We'll have to watch that carefully. We'll report that to you if it ends up becoming an issue. For now, though, as a precaution, CPS Energy has asked customers to conserve energy from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. today. Ways you can do that: turn up the thermostat by a couple of degrees. Don't operate heavier machines like your washer, dryer, charge your electric vehicles until later this evening, or especially not during that 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. time frame. Otherwise, yes, hot quickly, near 90 by 10. Around noon, we're going to be at 98 degrees. Now, there will be this afternoon a small 20 to 30% chance for isolated showers and storms, mainly between 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. We're going to get up to 106 degrees, but there will be a couple of those isolated showers and storms out there. And here's the reason why. That heat high has moved off to the west. It's opened up the atmosphere for a very weak, not so hot front to move through San Antonio. Okay, that's currently through San Angelo, working its way through Dallas. As it moves closer to San Antonio this afternoon and evening, a couple of showers and storms are going to spark up first across the hill country and then maybe around San Antonio. Again, 4 p.m. to 8 p.m., a couple of isolated showers. If you happen to get one of those isolated showers, good for you. You'll get a quick dip in temperatures, and we're going to be looking at a small isolated shower storm possible into the early evening hours as well. We have slightly better rain chances tomorrow as a complex of storms may develop up in the hill country and try to push south into San Antonio afternoon hours. Again, about 40% chance there for rain. Either way, though, this is not going to be the kind of good soaking rains that helps our drought conditions. So drought will persist, but there is that 30% chance today, 40% chance tomorrow for some scattered showers and storms. Otherwise, again, it's going to stay hot in San Antonio. Now, coming up in the next half hour, we're going to talk a little bit about how Tropical Depression 10 will eventually become a hurricane and impact parts of Florida. We'll talk about that a little bit more in the next half hour and get into the nitty-gritty about the path of that tropical system. As for our forecast, again, in spite of the fact that we have a small rain chance today and a slightly better rain chance tomorrow, we're still going to be near 100 degrees every day this week. More news for you after the break.
All right, first high school football Saturday of the season, simply unforgettable. Scorching hot at kickoff at Rutschland Stadium. Wagner, Liberty Hill. First quarter, Davion Anderson bursting through the area. Oh, look at that. Tripped right to the end zone. Wagner up 21-3 at the half. Now, Liberty Hill, one of the favorites in their district. The temperature during the ballgame, not understated. Great effort by both teams, but in the end, Wagner gets the big upset win. Huge win to start the season, 49-17. So we have so much big game coverage from week 1 of high school football. Head to the BGC coverage section, KSAT.com, all the highlights, the scores. You can also find all the highlights on our YouTube page. Don't forget, we have a whole app dedicated right to high school football, BGC app. Keep you updated with your favorite local teams. Couldn't say this enough. yesterday at the Alamo Dome. It was amazing.
It was just awesome.
Also, especially being there up close and personal, seeing Somerset and Southside warming up and just how much more athletic they were than us was really
I know. It's like,
see.
these kids are in high school, Max. They're like a lot bigger than
They're
us.
a lot bigger than us. And they showed up and showed out. Check out the highlights, KSAT.com. Time now, 8:26, 81 degrees.
Take a look at these lotto numbers. Pick 3, 5, 6, 3, Fireball 3, Daily 4, 7, 2, 5, 5, Fireball 6.
And your cash 5, 1, 12, 15, 19, 25. Lotto Texas, 17, 19, 20, 40, 41, 45. Here we go. Powerball, 20, 22, 26, 28, 63. Powerball 5, Power Play 3. Good luck. We'll be right back. Good morning. Happy Sunday. I'm Max Massey.
I'm Sarah Costa. It's Sunday, August 27th. Thank you so much for joining us this Sunday.
We are back in the studio.
Back in the studio.
It feels a little weird. I might need to pull out the football again.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun yesterday.
Sarah texted me and she's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sore. I was like, well, yeah, you
I gotta
guys were
say,
like running around like crazy.
Sarah Spivey, the MVP yesterday, because she was like running routes. She was going 50 yards
doing
in the end
flips
zone.
and rolls.
Max is making up for calling me pale earlier.
I would do no such thing. One, if I were to say something like that, I would stick with it. Second of all, you did do a great job yesterday. You really showed up, showed out, and honestly gave Dak Prescott a run for his money.
Thank you. What you're not mentioning, though, is that I did fall on camera as well as making a
I will say, our photographer, Azy, and he looked at me, you like caught like one or whatever, and he's like, man, she is like in the, he goes, she's in the zone, she's focused.
Focused. You can see it on my Instagram if you really want to. All right, take a look at the pollen count today. Molds are high. They have come down a little bit, though, from yesterday, which is good news, but if you're wheezing and sneezing, mold's the reason. Take a look outside right now, where it is 80 degrees in San Antonio and New Braunfels, 80 degrees. Seguin, you're at 78 this morning. Good morning in Bernie, where it's 79. Kerrville at 74. Just a little humid out there right now, but with dry air in place, we're going to warm up very quickly. I mean, by 10, we're going to be near 90 degrees. By noon, 100. And then this afternoon, 106 for the high temperature. By the way, there is a small 30% chance for a few isolated storms this afternoon, particularly between about 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. So coming up, I'll show you the futurecast for the day today. Better rain chances tomorrow, and today will be our 60th 100-degree day of the year. That's going to be one for the record books. Details ahead. Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. Top stories this morning. San Antonio police say a man shot near downtown Friday night has died from his injuries. It happened at Garcia Park on North Frio Street. Police say the 31-year-old man was found around 8:30 in the morning at a different location on Haven for Hope Way. He was taken to a nearby hospital where he later died from those injuries. His name has not been released at this time, and at last check, no arrests have been made. In your morning headlines, 3 U.S. Marines were killed and several others are injured after an aircraft crashed during a military exercise in Australia. 23 Marines were on board the aircraft. 5 others were taken to a nearby hospital and are in serious condition, one of which is having surgery. Officials say the incident happened on Melville Island in June of 2022. A crash involving the same type of aircraft crashed and killed 5 Marines during a training mission in California. The cause of today's incident is being investigated. Australian Defense Forces are assisting the U.S. personnel where the crash took place.
And 3 people killed yesterday afternoon inside a store in Jacksonville, Florida. As ABC's Chuck Siverton reports, authorities now calling this racially motivated.
A huge police response in Jacksonville, Florida, after a gunman opened fire inside a Dollar General store.
Jacksonville has suffered the loss of 3 precious lives at the hands of an active shooter.
Police say the suspect, a white male in his 20s, entered the store dressed in tactical gear and armed with an AR-style rifle and a handgun. 3 people were killed before the shooter took his own life. Authorities say all 3 victims were black, 2 men and 1 woman. The FBI says it's investigating.
Hate crimes are always and will always remain a top priority for the FBI because they are not only attack on a victim, they are also meant to threaten and intimidate an entire community.
Jacksonville Mayor Donna Deegan visited the scene shortly after the attack.
Well, I'm heartbroken, obviously. We must do everything that we can to dissuade this type of hate.
According to investigators, the suspect sent his father a text message early Saturday afternoon saying to check his computer. His family then called the Clay County Sheriff's Office after finding writings allegedly by the suspect.
Portions of these manifestos detail the shooter's disgusting ideology of hate. Plainly put, this shooting was racially motivated and he hated black people.
Jacksonville now in mourning.
The people in this community, they're hurting, and they have every right to. You know, this makes no sense. I am very, very angry right now. You know, we got kids in this community seeing all of this, and this is unnecessary.
Chuck Severson, ABC News, New York.
All right, headed to Dallas, where police have stumbled upon a caged tiger while investigating a suspected dog and rooster fighting ring. Now, they found the big cat in the Oak Cliff neighborhood, that's southwest Dallas. Animal cruelty agents immediately taking the tiger to a nearby zoo for a medical evaluation. Meanwhile, more than 200 roosters also found on the same property, as well as some dogs. Now, this comes nearly a year after police found a tiger club in the same neighborhood during a different investigation.
In other news, thousands of children across the U.S. are losing their Medicaid coverage, even though experts say the majority of them qualify for benefits. So in April, when a pandemic relief program expired, states regained the power to kick off those deemed ineligible for health insurance program. But according to the nonprofit organization formerly known as the Kaiser Family Foundation, at least 5.4 million people have since lost their Medicaid benefits. The group says that many parents may not realize that their children may still be eligible because the household income limit for kids to remain covered is higher. So parents are being urged to submit renewal documents, even if they think that they earn too much to qualify themselves.
We got a little sports to wrap up our headlines. Texas and California taking the stage yesterday for a bid to represent the United States in the Little League World Series title game. So Texas entered the day as the lone undefeated team in the entire U.S. bracket. The squad at Needville, Texas, well, there you just saw it. That's California's Lewis Lappy homered, heading the El Segundo group to a 6-1 victory. Texas' only run coming from the star DJ Jablonski. Now, California now faces Caracas today in the Little League World Series Championship. You can watch it right here, KSAT 12 at noon.
Summer break is finally coming to an end for Northside ISD. Students will head back to class tomorrow for their first day of school.
That's right. The district welcoming 102,000 students this year, more than 125 campuses or programs across the district. So if you haven't done so already, make sure to download our Weather Authority app, so that way you can share your back-to-school pictures and you can connect with us on KSAT Connect. All right, so we have talked extensively over the last couple of weeks about back-to-school stuff. Is there any back-to-school picture that comes to mind of young Sarah Acosta?
Yeah, my mom sent me one the other day from kindergarten.
Okay, what are we working with here?
I don't know. I had a 101 Dalmatians backpack.
Nice.
I'm in a uniform. I went to private school for elementary school.
Of course you did.
St. Patrick's had the little crisscross plaid
Nice,
ties.
yep.
Yeah. And she sent me 3 pictures, and I'm like not smiling in any of them, or I'm just like, just pretty upset.
My brother sent one to me 2 days ago. I'm going to be out at Northside ISD for their first day back.
Did you have the slick back hair back then?
No.
Oh,
I
it was the
had one
opposite.
better. I had the bowl cut.
Nice. Okay,
Yeah.
we need the picture.
I'm going to post it on Instagram tomorrow morning, all in honor of Northside ISD. Back to school.
Can't wait.
All right, time now, 8:38, 82 degrees.
Coming up, a heartfelt story of a local woman taking care of dogs at animal shelters around the city.
They can't talk to us in our language, but look at their eyes and the expression on their face. They all have expressions.
What she's doing to make sure they stay comfortable and until they can find their forever home.
Good morning and welcome back. A 93-year-old woman right here in San Antonio. She is on a mission to bring comfort, bring warmth to our 4-legged friends in shelters across the Alamo City.
As Camelia Wattis shows us, you're never too old to make a difference in the community.
93-year-old Joan Potter's room has transformed into a makeshift workshop. Colorful fabric swatches and sewing tools on nearly every surface. Every day you can find Potters carefully crafting dog beds from fabric scraps left over from the San Antonio Quilting Guild.
I just am happy to do it for them and to know that some dog is going to be comfortable.
The dog beds go from her room to animal shelters around San Antonio, like the San Antonio Humane Society and the Paul Jolly Center for Pet Adoptions.
It makes me feel so good to know that they're not going to be laying on cement or a hard floor or in the winter.
A lifelong dog owner and in her 90s now, her flair shows in every stitch.
I get tired. But I'll just keep doing it until I can't do it anymore.
Potters pays attention to detail, making sure there's no loose threads that can get stuck on a dog's paws.
I cut up rags for days until I have enough to stuff with.
Potters is not the only one extending a helping hand to the dogs. Missionaries from the Church of Jesus Christ sometimes help her with the sewing, delivering around 30 to 40 beds to dog shelters each month. It's a group effort to make sure these pups receive some extra care.
You know, their bones ache too. You know, they have feeling. They can't talk to us in our language, but look at their eyes and the expression on their face. They all have expressions. And I just love them.
If you're looking to make donations for dogs in need, we have a list of those items on our website, KSAT.com. Things like dog food, grooming tools, even newspaper. They can be brought here to the Humane Society on Fredericksburg Road. Camelia Juarez, KSAT 12 News.
All right, taking a live look out of the Alamo City, already 82 degrees. And I gotta say, someone's birthday. We couldn't have brought him a little bit of nice weather.
Sorry, Justin, but
happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Justin. He's our weather bro. He's such a great coworker and a great meteorologist. We hope he enjoys his birthday. Happy birthday, Justin. And yes, he is very tall.
Yes. Yesterday at the event, oh my gosh, you're just so tall.
And the best is when people, because we talk about Justin.
Yeah.
And when Sarah and I stand next to him,
they're like, oh.
It's a huge height discrepancy.
Didn't someone tell us, like, oh, y'all are so much shorter in person?
Yeah.
And they look at Justin, they're like, and you're so much taller.
Yeah, they walked over to Justin like, you are tall. It's like, you don't believe us? Like, we're not just making it up here.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Justin. We hope you get to enjoy some time with your family. You know, today, here's a birthday present. The most 100-degree days in a year on record for us in San Antonio. Yeah, today we'll make 60 100-degree days on here in San Antonio measured at the KSAT, measured at the airport. The airport code for the airport is KSAT, so that's what I was thinking there. Hey, that beats out 2009 where we had 59 100-degree days, and just last year we had 58 100-degree days. If you're curious, the average number of 100-degree days we see in any given year is about 18, so well above average. It has been a very hot summer, and by the way, it is likely going to be our hottest summer on record and potentially our hottest month ever this month on record. Records date back to the 1880s. This heat high has been a bit of a bully, hasn't it? But it's off to the west right now, and in parts of northern Texas, a cool front is moving through. Although it's not even going to make us cool. I'll call it a not so hot front because it's going to move through, knock temperatures down by about 5 degrees or so. But the most important thing is that it's going to allow for an isolated shower or storm or two this afternoon. Take a look at the futurecast. By about 4 p.m. to 8 p.m., that's when we'll have a couple of pop-up isolated showers out there. Odds are you won't see rain. Again, only a 20 to 30% chance, but some folks will be able to see a brief cool down from some rain today. Most of us, though, will be baking. Again, a forecast high of 106 today. Then as we look to tomorrow, there are slightly better rain chances as that cool front kind of just falls apart. We'll see potentially a complex of thunderstorms up in the hill country try to make it to San Antonio by about noon to 4 to 5 p.m. Coverage then a little bit more, about 40%. It's still possible. And I do have to mention that we're at the time of year where any storms that develop, they can become strong, producing gusty winds. We'll, of course, keep you posted. Again, a 30% chance today and a 40% chance for rain tomorrow. Either way, this is not going to be the drought-busting rain that we need to help to end the drought for us. But it is a chance, and we got to think positively. Here's a look at your KSAT 12-hour forecast. I mean, by noon, we're going to be close to 100 degrees already. And then in the afternoon, again, it's after 4 p.m. that we have that 30% chance for an isolated shower or storm. That'll drop temperatures pretty quickly. Even if you don't get rain, there will be some outflow boundaries out there or rain-cooled air out there. So this evening, temperatures will be in the low 90s rather than in the upper 90s. But again, hot today. 106 in San Antonio for the high, 105 in Canyon Lake, 103 Del Rio, 108 Cotulla, 104 Beeville, Kerrville, you'll be at 102. All right, let's talk about the tropics because there is a system starting to form. Tropical Depression 10 is just off the coast of the Yucatan Peninsula. Now, it's expected to enter into the Gulf of Mexico and become a hurricane, strengthen in the warm waters of the Gulf of Mexico by Monday night into Tuesday morning. Looks like this hurricane, which would be called Idalia, will be anywhere from Panama City to Tampa making landfall. So a Florida hurricane that will fall apart into a tropical storm over the Carolinas by about Thursday. We will keep you posted. That system will not directly impact our weather, although we could use a little rain. There's a 30% chance again today, 106, 100 tomorrow for the high, in spite of the fact that we have a 40% chance for rain. And most of the week, our highs will be near 100 degrees, Max and Sarah.
Well, the people that do see that chance for rain, maybe it will cool down a little bit if they get it?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, you can even see as much of a 20-degree temperature drop really quickly if you get one of those isolated storms. Then the humidity is left in its wake, right?
Can't win.
Sarah Spivey, thank you so much. 8:50, 82 degrees.
We'll be right back.
Good morning, welcome back. So there's a new movie in theaters right now. It's based on a true story. It focuses on family, religious faith, and baseball.
CNN's David Daniel tells us more about the new movie, The Hill.
Ricky, I've seen you out there swinging that stick, even when you're suffering pain. But you can't play baseball.
But all I want to do is play. When I swing that bat, I ain't crippled no more.
Colin Ford stars in The Hill as a young man caught between his faith and family and what his body can and can't do.
First and foremost, I love a true story. I love a real life story. And I love baseball. I grew up a Braves fan and a Dodgers fan once I moved to Los Angeles. I think that the faith element was really exciting to me as a man of faith myself.
Ricky, baseball had to end eventually. Time to figure out what you're gonna do with the rest of your life.
First time you ever talked to me like a man is to tell me to forget the only thing I ever loved.
Dennis Quaid plays Ricky's father, a traveling pastor who fears for his fragile son's body and soul.
He was just a fantastic actor. I've watched him my entire life, so I really wanted to do justice and have and be a good scene partner to him.
They said he will never walk, and he ran. How many miracles do you need?
Ford's flair with the bat was no miracle, just practice.
I had about 3 months to train before I got to set, just on the swing and some hitting and just other types of drills.
All your hope?
I cannot do this alone.
It's your time, Ricky! Determination and sacrifices have come down to this.
In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
All right, speaking of movies, today is National Cinema Day. Evo Entertainment Group, they are offering a big deal to go to the big screen. You can celebrate unlimited popcorn and soda. Costs you just $4 at each of the Evo cinemas. Tickets for the special deal are on sale now. You can find all the details right now, KSAT.com. Going to the movies, great way to beat the heat.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I do got to remind everyone, though, that the pollen count is high today. Molds are high in the pollen count. And we're going to see 60 100-degree days this year with a high temperature of 106. There's a 30% chance for an isolated shower storm between 4 and about 8 p.m. Scattered showers and storms tomorrow, but highs still close to 100 degrees during the week.
Okay, stay cool up there, stay safe.
Oh, we got 10 seconds. What are you guys doing for the rest of the day? One word, go.
Lunch.
Sure. Lunch.
Have a great day.